कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जनरंजना। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जनरंजना। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जनरंजना। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जनरंजना। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। Yamunatira Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol. एवं विष्णुपाद परमं सपरिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमती श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। एवं विष्णुपाद परमं सपरिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन धाम की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा में की यमुना में की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा में की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। निताय गौर प्रेम नंदे। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भगवद्भक्ति नैर्स्तुकी. Today we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 4, entitled The Characteristics of Rishabhadev. Text number 16. Yadyapi swavidhatam sakala dharmam brahmam guhyam brahmanair darishtamargena samadbhir upayir janatam anushashasha. What word meaning? Yadyapi, although, swavidatham, known by him, sakala dharmam, which includes all different types of occupational duties. Brahmam, Vedic instruction. Guhyam, very confidential. Brahmanai, by the brahmanas. Darshitam margena, by the path showed. Sama adibihi, sama, dama, titiksha, controlling the mind, controlling the senses, practicing tolerance, and so on. Upayi, by the means. Janatam, the people in general. Anushashasha, the ruled over. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Although Lord Rishabhadev knew everything about confidential Vedic knowledge, which includes information about all types of occupational duties, he still maintained himself as a Kshatriya and followed the instructions of the Brahmanas as they related to mind control, sense control, tolerance, and so forth. Thus, he ruled the people according to the system of Varnasrama Dharma, which enjoins that the Brahmanas instruct the Kshatriyas and the Kshatriyas administer to the state through the Vaisyas and Sudras. Please repeat after me. Although Lord Rishabhadev knew everything about confidential Vedic knowledge, which includes information about all types of occupational duties, he still maintained himself as a Kshatriya and followed the instructions of the Brahmanas as they related to mind control, sense control, tolerance, and so forth. Thus, he ruled the people according to the system of Varnasrama Dharma, which enjoins that the Brahmanas instruct the Kshatriyas and the Kshatriyas administer to the state through the Vaisyas and Sudras. Purport. Although Rishabhadev knew all the Vedic instructions perfectly well, he nonetheless followed the instructions of the Brahmanas in order to perfectly maintain the social order. The Brahmanas would give advice according to the Shastra, and all other castes would follow. The word Brahma means perfect knowledge of all activities, and this knowledge is very confidentially described in the Vedic literature. Men trained perfectly as a Brahmanas should know all Vedic literature, and the benefit derived from this literature should be distributed to the general populace. The general populace should follow the perfect Brahmana. In this way, one can learn how to control the mind and senses and thus gradually advance to spiritual perfection. Shri Shri Gaunitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप गदाम्यहं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुर्वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सवगणा रघुनाथनित्यं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सवगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Welcome to the Bhagavatam class. I seek blessings all the devotees. In this verse there is 2 points we'll discuss. Prabhupada is mentioning that is one is how that great souls even though they know everything but still they follow the instructions of the brahmanas, and second one is that how is so important to follow all the castes by the brahmanas instructions. So these two things we'll discuss in this. So here Lord Rishabhadev, even though you know all the Vedic literature perfectly, and still he has to follow the social order, to maintain social order, to he has to take the brahmanical instruction. So means one when uh, when you follow then you can teach others. That is actually a system. If you not follow anything, then how can we distribute others? The knowledge first we have to receive, then we inquire, then we will get the realization. That realization has to be distributed to others. That is why in the Goswami Ashtakams it is there, no? One stanza is there. Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipuno Shraddharma Samstapako लोकानामितकारिणो त्रिभुवने मान्यो शरण्य करो राधा कृष्ण पदारविंद भजने आनंदे नमतालिको वंदे रूप सनातनो रघुयुगो श्रीजीव गोपालको. In that line, first one, Nana Shastra Vicharanaika, means first the Goswamis, they studied all the Vedic literatures and vichara means inquired, means they understand and they thoroughly very discussed with the superiors. Then prachar achar Nana Shastra Vicharanaika means then lokanam itakarinam means to benefit the general populace they distributed this knowledge. So this is instructions for us actual that no, without following anything, if we want to distribute, what we will distribute? We will distribute only our material um, things only, lust, desire, anger, this all these things. So we have that all only. But when you receive properly transcendental knowledge, then you can give others. What is that? No, when we receive instructions and when we execute, when we follow, then we will get the realizations. That realizations has to give others, not just repeated words actually. Realization means you understand the truth and you experience the truth of the Vedic literature and you completely convinced on that. Then if you give others, it will be affected. Otherwise it won't affect. It won't affect. Just like if you have a 10 rupees, no, a person comes and asks, no, give me 100 rupees. How will you give? You have only 10 rupees only. You cannot give, no. But if you have 100 rupees, it is very easy to give 10 rupees, isn't it? So similar way, when we take instruction, this is acharyas actually, they set the example. Why they set example? Because when they instruct, they receive the instructions, when they inquire and follow, they execute, then when get the realization, that realization they speaks truth. That will be affected in the other. It will penetrate to the soul. Like how pure devotees, like Prabhupada, how he speaks the lectures, it is full of realizations actually. That's why whenever you hear, after 20 years, 30 years, if you hear Prabhupada lecture, it is gives so much inspiration, isn't it? We are all experiencing every Thursday we are hearing the Prabhupada lecture. Many years after Prabhupada, 30, 40 years before he spoke that all over the world. But still if you hear the lectures, it is gives so much inspiration. How? That is how. Because same lecture, even though it is same lecture, but still, if you hear again and again, again and again, it will give so much inspiration for us. Because it is a packed with the realization and it is a packed with a experience of the truth that is actually convincing. So, that great source actually, this not only Lusabadev here, he knows everything, but still he followed the Brahman's instruction to maintain the general population. The same way in the previous chapter, Priyavrata Maharaj also, he already renounced everything and he went to forest and doing tapasya. But Brahma, Narada Muni went and bring back and to give the service to the to maintain and to king to rule the kingdom actually. So they don't know, or they know, but that is what actually means. Uh, Krishna, why he given this knowledge to first Rishis? Evam parampara imam rajarsoya vidu. Why he gave the knowledge that because they are very pious and they are Kshatriyas and they followed the Brahman's instructions and they realized, then they distributed this knowledge to others. So same way in Bhagavad Gita also it is there, how that is third chapter 21 verse. Uh, how Janaka Maharaj, Prabhupada is mentioning, Karmenava hi samsiddham astita janakadaya loka sangraham evapi samapasyan kartum harase loka sangram siddhi. King like Janaka, well, the self-realized soul, consequently they had no obligation to perform the prescribed duties in the Vedas. Nonetheless, they performed all the prescribed activities just to set example for the people in general. Janaka was the father of Sita and father-in-law of Lord Ramchandra. Being a great devotee of the Lord, he was transcendently situated, but because he was the king of Mithila, he had to teach his subject how to perform prescribed duties. Lord Krishna and Arjuna, the Lord's eternal friend, had no need to fight in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, but they fought to teach people in general that violence is also necessary in the situation where good argument fail. Here, not only Janaka Maharaj's example is given, but in Arjuna also actually, he no need to fight, but to set the proper order and to teach general populace how violence is also necessary sometimes. That's why Krishna induced to fight. That is what it is here. But the battle of Kurukshetra, every effort was made to avoid the war, even by the supreme person of Godhead, but the other party was determined to fight. That's why, yeah, he has to fight. So this is how actually it is given. And always there is two types of people are there. Prabhupada mentioning here Bhagavad Gita 4.15 verse. I'll read. There are two class of men. Some of them are full of polluted material things within their hearts, and some of them are materially free. Krishna consciousness is equally benefit for both these persons. Those who are full of dirty things can take to the line of Krishna consciousness for a gradual cleansing process, following the regulative principles of devotion service. Those who are already cleansed of the impurities may continue to act in the same Krishna consciousness, so that other may follow their exemplary activities and thereby be benefited. So those two types means conditioned soul and liberated soul. Conditioned soul, they have to, for purification they have to follow rules and regulations. But liberated souls, they are already free, so that they actually to set the examples, they have to preach others. So foolish persons or neophyte in Krishna consciousness often want to retire from the activities without having knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Arjuna desired to retire from activities on the battlefield was not approved by the Lord. People generally renounce the things because they don't know what to follow actually. So they want to retire from that activities. But Krishna here induced to Arjuna, you cannot retire because you have to came to the battlefield, you have to fight, because it is a to set the examples to others. One need only know to how to act. To retire from activities of Krishna consciousness and to sit aloof, making to show of Krishna consciousness is less important than actually engaging in the field of activities for the sake of important man than actually engaging in the field of activities to Krishna consciousness. Following the footsteps of Lord's previous disciples, such as the Sun God, Vivaswan mentioned earlier. So, same way, Krishna actually telling to Arjuna that how Vivaswan, they are all actually, they are following, they are also engaged in the service of the activities of Krishna. You should also engage in the service of the Krishna. So that is actually the great source. Even the Lord Rusabadev and Priyavrata Maharaj, these are all great source actually. They only simply to set the example to others. That's what actually they have to follow. So similarly, Srila Prabhupada actually is perfected. He is in Vrindavan. He need not to go anywhere. He can chant and he can go back home, back to God. He is already pure devotee. But why he has to go to cross the ocean and teach this Krishna consciousness to others, they, where their mlechas, avanas are there, sinful people? Because it is not only that just to perfect our life, to give others also. That is what most important in the actually in our line. Because our line is actually Prahlad Maharaj line actually. Because Prahlad Maharaj also, he prayed for Narsimhadev, no? People are actually foolishness, they don't know anything actually. They are simply stuck here, and I to be here to send all these condition souls to your lotus feet. That is what Prahlad Maharaj actually asked benediction from the Narsimhadev. The same way actually, this how these great sources actually, they are only their duty to set the example to society, they have to follow. If there is no example, people will not follow. People want mostly, because they don't know how to follow, they want guidance. That guidance actually is equal to actually to set the examples. By seeing others, people will follow. Otherwise people cannot follow. But just by reading shastras, they will not follow actually. So they need some examples. So that's why Krishna created the system actually. The brahmanas, the head of the society, the brahmanas has to teach this Krishna consciousness, this Vedic literature to the general population. So this is the second point. What is that? No, how it is so important to follow the all the castes to Brahmanas instruction. So why it is important? Because the head of the society, Varnashrama system, first one actually the Brahmanas, they have intelligent people, and they followed the scriptures, and they followed their only duty to serve Krishna, and their only duty is to depend on Krishna. So when they are very pure, actually, by their teaching, actually, if the down people, the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, Sudras, when they follow, then they will be perfect. Otherwise, now present situation we are seeing completely chaotic. No one follow anybody. Because the problem is that in root, Brahmanas are not following. They take in position of the Sudras, and they are not following. Their words are not any value now present situation. Even though the hundreds and thousands mantras if you uttered, but still people are not interested. Why? Because there is a contamination in the heart. The Brahmana's heart is completely impure because it is actually it is motivated by the money. The Brahmanas, they are not motivated by, because they are completely dependent on Krishna. They only to teach free. Saraswati Devi, actually, this Vedic literature, it is not given, it is not be sold actually. It is given. But present situation, what is happening actually? They are actually purchasing. So that's why Brahmanas are very intelligent people. Like the head, if our body, if there is no head now, how will do activities? So without head, you cannot do anything activities. So Prabhupada told the present situation is a headless society. There is no head to the society. People are whimsically doing whatever they want. There is no any guidance. There is nothing, any proof, nothing, any taking any process actually. So independently doing. That's why everybody is suffering. That is the problem. So it is not that Krishna system. This is great system for maintaining to protect us all the people to the world. Actually, Krishna actually given this such a actually this created this system to Varnasrama Dharma to follow everyone actually. But we will follow. No one is following. So that's what actually now means following authority is very important even for materialistic also. Everybody is following. No? Who is not following in materialistic? The child has to follow the father's whatever is said. Then the wife should follow the husband instruction. The student has to follow the teacher instructions. No, who is not following? Following, but there is a there is a purity. The lack of purity is not there. Rather, what is happening? No, they are challenging authorities. If they challenge authorities, where is the recourse? Where you will go? Suppose if the son, if you challenge the father, where is the shelter of the child? Similar way, if the wife is challenged the husband, where is the shelter of the wife? Where is she going to go? One disciple Prabhupada asked Prabhupada, if authority have wrong, then what is this? Prabhupada told very boldly, authority cannot be wrong. Our perception is very bad, and we have lower modes. By that, actually, we see others' defects. Because of the defects, actually, we are thinking different discrimination actually it come. But if you see in scriptural point of view, no, there is no like that actually that everybody have defective actually. There certain people have defective, particularly if when the authorities are there. So if the authorities is challenging, then there is a problem. That's today present situation. Everybody challenge the authority. Everybody challenging the scriptures and the government and the brahmanas. So what is happening now? No one is happy, and no one know where is it going to proper direction. In ignorance, they can say, "I know everything. I am following everything." In ignorance, it is ignorance statement actually. But actually, if you are know everything and you follow everything, but why you are not happy? Why you are so anxiety? Why you have material desires increasing? That means there is a problem is there. And people and nowadays so rebellious, they will not follow anybody. The three things why people will challenging. The one is that they are ignorance in very badly educated present situation, very badly educated. This education as removing the root from actually your inquisitiveness and your submissiveness actually. That is what no education what is becoming more and more actually competing that how I should become a great. That is what actually material education actually giving challenges. But the Vedic literature, it gives that actually how we should be become very submissive, how we should be very humble. That is actually it. So the three things, one is that they are very ignorant in the badly educated. Second thing, very stubborn. The stubborn from where it is coming? The coming, it is a bodily conscious that I am know everything, I am educated, I am such and such position is there. So these things actually, it is giving stubborn that not I don't want anything from this. The Vedic literature, God, nothing. I can achieve anything. That is that actual stubbornness. And third one, even though willing to follow, willing to tell this Vedic literatures, they will actually see they will analyze in the empirical method. By speculation so much, they will not come to conclusion that what is really right and wrong. This is what three things actually the people are actually challenging these things actually. One is the ignorance, and then stubborn, and third one is to actually they speculate the empirical method by their calculations actually, that they will not understand. Vedic literature cannot be understood by the speculations. It is only actually only by the parampara system. That is what Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita Prabhupada told, evam parampara praptam imam rajasya sakal and mata yoga nashtam. Without parampara system, one cannot follow anything. In the parampara system, one should understand actually the proper knowledge. That's why this parampara system very important. Without parampara, the person, your spiritual master, if you not is connected to parampara, there is no value what he speaks. So that is what means. And about that, those who want to know, they should have very inquisitiveness. The purpose of human life is given in the Bhagavatam. No kamasya nendriya priti labha jivasya yavata jivasya tattva jignasam. There is no inquisitiveness. Present situation, there is no inquisitiveness. Why I am suffering? Why I should go? Why so much anxiety? Why there so much? So many things, bad things are coming. There is no proper inquisitiveness because there is no tattva jignasa. Jignasa is not there. Only jignasa how to be do more and more sense gratification, how to live very comfortably. This is what actually so much inquisitiveness going on that side only. So even though you are seeing suffering, but we are not understanding. Oh, even I am also suffering. The suffering everybody have suffers in this material world. And everybody has to go this old age, birth, death, the diseases. But we are not seeing. Why you are not seeing? Because there is no inquisitiveness. The tattva jignasa is not there. That's why Shastras enjoying that. Tasmat guru prabhadante jignasu shreya uttamam. Tasmat guru prabhadyante jignasu. You should approach a spiritual master, born of a spiritual master, who already saw the tattva jignasa, truth. He can give that truth actually to you to remove your suffering. Otherwise, no, there is no chance. So, one of the Brahmana quality in Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned samadama tapas saucham shantir arjamevachi jnanam vijnanam. Vijnanam means Brahmana have a wisdom. He has a wisdom. Wisdom means what? Wisdom means he knows the present and past and future. According to that, he give direction. That's why in Kshatriyas, they will follow Brahmana's instruction. And the Vaishyas, they follow the Kshatriya's instruction. And Sudras, they follow the Vaishyas' instruction. Everybody, they are happy. Because they have wisdom. Brahmana have wisdom for the Kshatriyas. And Kshatriya have wisdom for the Vaishyas. And Vaishyas have wisdom for the Sudras. According to that, actually, society has to be maintained. But now, The wisdom, the Brahmanas doesn't have wisdom. They lost the wisdom first of all. So that's why they are not able to give the wisdom to the Kshatriyas. Of course, there is no Kshatriyas now. All are Sudras in Kali Yuga. Kalo Sutra Sambhava actually. So no one have any wisdom. Wisdom means what? Wisdom means how to perfect our life, how to be happy in our life. Because they followed the Shastras, because the Shastras is telling actually to how to live happily in our life, how to do actually in dharmic way, that they will give actually. So that is what wisdom. So without any actually the instructions of the Vedas actually, the society cannot actually give live very happily. So that's what everybody lost the wisdom. No one had the wisdom. The only acharyas has actually, because that's why we're reading from Bhagavatam actually. Prabhupada given in every word actually how our wisdom should be become strong. So there are so there are means Brahmana, there are different words. The saintly persons they called, and sometimes the Pandita and called Maharaj. Saintly person means what is saintly person? Saintly person means he is a Brahmana, he is following, he is living example through the Shastra. By seeing him actually, we will understand actually. If I follow him, I will also be happy. That is what actually saintly persons set the examples. So means what? That's what it is. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastrika, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastrika. Just a fraction of moment, if we associate with a saintly person, will become saintly. This is what saintly person. He's a Brahmana, but he's a saintly person also. He gives the Vedic literature. And they'll call Pandit means what? Pandit means is a learned person. What is a learned person? He says Vidya Vinay Sampane Brahmane Gavyastani Suni Chaiva Sopakecha Pandita Samadarsana. He is equal for everyone actually. He equal the Chandala, equal the dog eater, and equal the Brahmana. You see, everybody is equal to the God of God, because he has a Paramatma is there in the heart. Actually, they are all God's servants. So that's what actually it is given actually Pandita. They will call Pandita. Pandita means the Brahmana is a Pandita, because they don't know, they have, knows the how to give happy, how to understand these shastras, and how to give teachings to others. That is what actually they are called Pandita. Another name Pandita, they will call sometimes Maharaj means what? Maharaj means one who understands the Shastra, one who depends on God, he lives like a king. He need not to worry anything. The Brahmana doesn't need anything and doesn't worry anything, because he's completely dependent on Krishna. He knows the Shastra, he knows the goal of life, and Krishna is protecting. Then why you should worry? No need to worry. That is why actually Maharaj means what? Maharaj means is live like a king. People doesn't have much understanding actually. They call Maharaj, but they don't know what is mean by word of Maharaj. Maharaj actually. Maharaj means is very happy. It doesn't worry anything. No anxiety, anything actually. But if you follow him, actually, we'll be happy. That's what in Bhagavad Gita, there is 9th chapter. Na? Raja Vidyam, Raja Guyam, Pavitram, Idam Uttamam, Pratyakshavagamam, Sushukam, Kartum Abhiyam. Raja Vidyam is a very confidence and knowledge. The king of knowledge. It is a king of knowledge. One who knows the knowledge actually, they, they, they walk like king. They need not to worry anything actually. But today, see how so much worry, so much fear. Even the king also, prime ministers and president, they are very worried. That says so many cars behind them. No, they cannot walk freely. So many security guards required. So many cars are required. Why it is? Because they have worry. So that's why they are not actually like they are king of knowledge. Actually, they don't have knowledge. That's what actually they have to worry. So this is how means the Brahmana means actually such a vital in the society, in the Varnasrama system. It is the head of the society. How our head, without head, we cannot functioning anything. The similar way, we have to and follow the instructions of the brahmanas. Then everybody happy. The varnashrama system actually uh, it is an parampara system. It is everything in fact in that parampara system. What is that? Acharyas has given the parampara system means the deity worship including that, the prasadam is including, the books is including that, the devotee relationship is included, the devotees included, and the preaching is included. Everything is packed that in the parampara system. So then how to execute that parampara system? Simply we to execute the order of the pure devotee, because all things actually is directed by the pure devotee. When you follow the pure devotee instruction, that is actually parampara. But sometimes no, we'll excuse certain things, we'll think ourselves, we'll not follow anything, we'll innovative method. So many innovations is coming now in our movement also, so many new innovations. Actually, no need to innovation, new things. To attract mass people is only required the purity, that's all. But to new things, because we don't have purity, that's what we have to innovate new things. This new things, it attract the people. Actually, real innovations is that when you realize these things, if the religion with you give that to others with realization, then automatically Krishna is there in the heart, he will attract you to Krishna. But there's so many innovations is coming because we don't have purity. Actually, that's what we have to so many things, so many ways we have to think, how can attract the people to Krishna consciousness. Of course, this is also one way. That's at least if they come, if they understand little bit, their life is perfect. It is not bad, but it is good. But it's Prabhupada mentioning actually, because when follow instructions purely, uh, in the parampara system, in that parampara system, everything you follow perfectly, then actually that is actually real parampara system. It will be bring many people in the world. Everybody can become Krishna consciousness actually. So that is how actually here mentioning this actually the Brahman's instructions, how is so important. And the first one we discussed about that, how even though although the great source the Lord Rusabadev, perfectly all the Vedic literature, the how to Varnasrama system, to rule the kingdom actually, but still he followed the Brahman's instructions. These two things actually we discussed in this. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here. Any comments, any questions, anything with that? Yes, Prabhu. No, Maika. Come near. I'm not able to.
Hare Krishna Puji. Thank you, Puji, for wonderful class. You give the 2 points, Puji, that there are two types of person. One is conditioned and one is liberated. So liberated person will come here to show the example to the others. So we can follow their example and we can continue. We will give the example of Srila Prabhupada also. He came here to teach us. He can very easily stay in Vrindavan and then feel very happy, but still he take all this activity to show some example. I have one question, Prabhuji, regarding this. As you told, the parampara system is very important. So anything is coming from the parampara, we can say that this is a wisdom knowledge. And you told that to run the society, we required wisdom coming through the brahmanas, then brahmana to kshatriya, kshatriya to vaishya, and vaishya to shudra. Then in this way, knowledge will be go in a proper standard way, and things will be correctly happen. But my question is this, Prabhu, we find out in our traditional culture, many devotees have written the scripture just by getting some dreams. And they get some dream and they told that this dream I get from the Lord, and based on that I write this, or based on that this activity you have to be do. Example, I also want to add some. So not only 1 2 page scripture, even the big scripture written just based on the dream or some thought they got.
I slow.
Sorry. I'm telling that not only the small scripture like 4 5 pages or 6 7 pages, even the big scriptures they just write based on some dream, or they told that I see the Lord somewhere in the heart, and then based on that I write this scripture. and we follow those scriptures, and based on that, whatever the new scriptures written by our acharyas coming from there only. So the origin is that only. An example is this, like Madhvendra Puri got the dream of the Gopal, then he go to Odisha and then collect the chandan. Even Baldev Vidyabhushan write one scripture when Vishnu Chakrabarti Thakur got challenges from the other community. So just based on the dream, or he told that Krishna told me, and based on that I write all those things. And later it proved also in many ways will happen. So how to understand this point, Boo, that what parampara we are following, or whatever the scriptures they are written, based on that we are creating the whole society of Krishna, on that we are creating the whole culture now in modern society. How to understand this point? This is how much this thing will be correct, or for example we are giving authenticity for these things, and somebody challenging, no, this is the wrong, that this part is wrong, this part is wrong, and we can tell it because we have a faith on our society, or we have faith on our acharyas, so we will following this. So how to understand this point?
See, general people, they have dreams, but we should not take say because they are not following anything out dreams that is true. Even though that dreams, if they are true, they should consult the guru and the in between who are acharyas are there or Vaishnavas are there. Without that, actually, that is not correct. For pure devotee, Krishna is controlling, no? Pure devotees, for Krishna directly gives instruction through Paramatma. Like how Prabhupada took sannyas from the, when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati came in the dream and he told, he took sannyas, that is successor, no? That is for them, it is different. In Madhavendra Puri, they are all very exalted sources. They are very directly representative Krishna. But the ordinary people, they dreams, in the dream in the Krishna came and told so many things, that will be is not correct because they are not following anything. How can that is just maybe some things, but when they follow strictly any parampara or any knowledge, any regulative principles, or anything scriptures, then if they no, put in a practical way, if the result will come, then that is okay. But if they will not put any practical thing, even the dreams will come, but again they will drink and they will eat meat. What is the use then? Just other people I'm saying, just ordinary people, but not, but pure devotees, there is a different, because directly Krishna instructing with a Paramatma actually. So that's why they are successful. That is what we have to see. Even though Prabhupada took sannyas from the photo, but still, how it is parampara is so powerful actually. It is 10,000 years actually this parampara system is going on. Prabhupada told, no, that means Krishna actually is actually maintaining this actually, not that they are. So that is a difference. Condition source, they they are not following anything actually. Sometimes the dream seal, but I don't know how much it is correct. If they really dream, but they have to do practical something, no, they will not do anything. One day they told, then again they forget. Then what is the use? But the acharyas, they will not forget like that. Madhavendra in the dream came, but how he executed that order. So similar way, Gopal Gutta Goswami given the sila and he worshipped lifelong. That is what we have to see. So others, they will not follow anything actually. It just comes and they forget everything. So that means that is not correct actually. That is my understanding. I don't know. You can tell from anything you have. Okay, Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.